What's up guys, Johnson here, and today I have some more Wild Rift gameplay for you guys. This is definitely yet another solo queue ranked gameplay that I have been playing a lot of solo queue this season. So let's talk about competition. You know, our comp is probably much better than the enemy comp, especially in terms of huge scale teamfights. You can tell we do have a beefy frontliner. I mean, Olaf is kind of tanky. I'm pretty tanky as well. The enemy team has basically no frontline. I mean, except for Sinja, who is kind of tanky. But we're just gonna dive the backline. Right, so in terms of composition, I think our end definitely looks much better. The enemy team has a lot of split push potential. That's just the Fate, Teemo even. Right, they can push towers really fast, so it's a little bit of concern. But you can see what I'm doing in lane here, right? So I'm actually playing Malphite support here, and I've taken Aery. I actually will explain a bit about the runes that went in this game in a little bit. But basically, why I'm doing so much damage to the Varus is because I have Champion Boon, and with Aery, I can, whenever I send my Q out, I do a huge amount of damage. That skills with AP, as you can see, my first item is also a magic power item, so AP item. So that really helps us to basically just chunk down the Varus. So obviously, just a little bit of a ward here. It doesn't really matter. I don't mind just standing inside. They know where I am fully, but I also know where they are. And my job basically is to try and just queue onto the Varus, honestly. I can queue onto the Nami as well, but that's not really my concern. My concern is just to shove the Varus out of the lane as much as possible, because Ezreal's early game's like, honestly, it's like shit. So our laning phase is kind of weak. We don't really want to do anything. So with an Ezreal in lane, I think the main thing you want to do is just play it safe. And so Malphite is one of those champs that, you know, I suppose that you don't really mind staying in lane and playing safe. Plus you also have that passive shield that comes up every like few seconds. I forgot how many seconds really, but that really helps, especially if you're tanking for your team. With that shield up, you can just go in like here and not be afraid of it. So I ignited this guy, burned the flash, so that was really nice. In fact, the Nami also flashed, and TF has used his ultimate. This is a very interesting one by the cannon here. Engage comes in, but definitely not a best idea by the cannon, because we didn't have ultimates, so we couldn't pull out anyway, and I was out of mana. So he should have considered that a little bit more, but alas, that wasn't really what happened. Cena tried to charge onto our team, but he is unable to land. His wind becomes lightning so yeah, all is good so far. Went back, took an item. You can see here I actually rushed Oblivion Orb, and the reason for that is because the Nami provides so much healing. The Sinja has some form of healing as well, and that's basically, I just don't want, I want to be able to just just wham, burst them down, if that's the right term. Obviously I won't be able to burst that one shot, but I just want to whack that guy. Whenever I have a chance, I just queue in. You see, do some damage. Varus has bone plating, but my Aery resets much faster and my Q comes on much earlier. So you can see I'm just constantly doing the damage, forcing Nami to always heal the Varus when needed. And that's really nice about Aery on Malphite, especially in lane, or even in the Baron lane. It doesn't really matter. It's like, as long as you have a matchup that is, you know, it's favored that way. So you can see here, I warded this bush, right? There's an enemy ward as well. We know that the dragon's coming up soon, so I'm just gonna go back. The Ezreal decides not to back, actually, which is kind of interesting. And the Sinja is sitting on our ward. He used a sweeper, and I was waiting for our team to actually initiate the dragon, right? So it's an okay fight start for us, because we don't really have that strong of an early game apart from the Olaf, but Olaf didn't manage to get anything out of it earlier. And you can see the enemy team actually decided to go for it first. A lot of damage coming in, but the shield comes in, the bubble comes up as well. Flash pops out of the Xinjiao. I managed to get 2 knockups. And that's all. I'm out. Right? I'm just gonna step back out. Still a lot of damage coming in. Cannon does get a kill. Various flashes over the wall. And it's pretty interesting, honestly. And Ezra almost got it, but he flashed into basically 1v2, right? He didn't have mana immunity, he didn't have anything, he decided to go for it. Very interesting. As for myself, I just going for my traditional AP Malphite build. I had a consideration whether I go full tank or AP, and the reason I ended up with AP is because I was seeing the mess that was, the mess that was happening. And once you see that, you realize that at this part I actually lagged. I wanted to sweep the dragon, obviously, but once I realized that my team wasn't really gonna do much on their own, I really figured I had to probably carry things on my own accord. So obviously this might be a bit risky because I don't have my ultimate. It looks like Olaf going in. Varus lands the ultimate, but Olaf is immune. He takes a lot of damage. He's gonna go down. Not great for us. We're actually down a member. But the cannon decides to go in. He gets a kill. I charge in onto 2 people. Managed to get the Nami first. And our Kha'Zix gets the dragon. So that's nice. He got a kill. He's going for more. Can't really find any more than that. And that's kind of about it. Meanwhile, unfortunately, the Teemo actually is going for our tower. And because of that, I think we do lose this tower. Well, actually it's pretty close, not quite. But it's just at 89 health. So as I mentioned earlier, I had Champion Rune, the secondary Champion Rune. And because of that, I already lost 1 stack from that 1 death. But it's okay, we managed to pick up something great. So it's not that bad. And we did pick out the first Cloud Dragon, a lot of movement speed. This is apparently the highest win rate dragon. So the team who has this dragon has of all the dragons, this dragon has the highest chance of winning a game. So this guy's in the 1v1, very funny, honestly. And this guy pops barrier. I'm not letting him get away. I do get a kill. This the fate comes in the gold card. I was contemplating whether I wanted to use the flash. A lot of damage coming in. So not really much of a choice. If Twist of Fate flashed forward, he would have gotten me as well. Not great, basically. Very interesting steal by our Kha'Zix here. Flash forced out by the Teemo. Unfortunately, Kha'Zix dies as well to the burn damage from the passive. A very, very messy fight all around, basically. So at this point you can see that our goal difference isn't that great, but we're always behind. So we've been losing our lane, and if not for the team fights, we've been totally out of this game already. Of course, they also did manage to take first tower. Olaf is trying to get something done. Not quite, really. He's been going for it. Do a little bit of trading. That's really what you can do with Malphite, especially in the AP with Aery. Very, very useful to just stand back and kill people. And I think this is what really works well in low elo. So this is in Emerald. I'm quite sure it helps a lot, right? You can see I'm telling the Ezreal to back off. The Xinjiao is literally coming right in, trying to help him out here. But yeah, a little bit hesitant on the ultimate from my end. Maybe I should have ulted first. But I was at that point, I was just thinking, come on Ezreal, do you not see the Xinjiao coming for you? But hey, a little bit, well, honestly, in hindsight, I don't think I could have saved him, if I were to be super honest. The Xinjiao has already gone for wit's end, right? He knows what's going on. He knows there's a lot of damage from magic side with the cannon, with myself, even the ultimate from Ezreal. So we decided to go for that. Then our Ezreal just not respecting the distance, or not respecting the engaged distance from that Xin Zhao, right? So he just got punished right there pretty badly. But this is what is to be expected in solo queue, especially in low elo, right? People will make mistakes all the while. I just stepped in here because I know my team was there. I don't actually have my ultimate, and you can see how much that ultimate saved that Xin Zhao really. I took a lot of damage from the Teemo, not great. Our Ezreal's not there, but somehow our cannon mistook it as an intention to fight, and that's why it came to engage, and not quite enough damage. In solo queue, it's really awkward because people don't follow the right targets, they don't aim the right target. This is honestly very risky from our end because it's a 5-on-4 really, but they're going for it. Seems like Olaf takes a lot of damage. He's able to get out, but the burn damage on the Teemo comes through. Our team's still fighting. I saw the team on the corner, just one man out him, and since we're winning the fight through the poke battle, we were able to do it. So obviously you'll be thinking, maybe, yeah, Varus does have a lot of poke, yeah, but he didn't take Aery, so he's more of an auto attack, you know, survive and constantly fight kind of marksman in this game. And it's very nice zoning by the cannon, but he actually sacrificed himself for that. Very interesting. And Kha'Zix can't get a kill, So yeah, you can see what's really going on, right? This is the frustration of playing in solo queue in this elo really, because you can't expect your team to win, right? People don't like work it out that way. I had to walk away a little bit of opposition on my end really. This is kind of my bad. I think this is one of the a few major mistakes I made. For the most part, I think I did okay. But you can see in terms of build, I have rushed my Rod of Ages right after Oblivion Note. Typical build. I wouldn't go for Oblivion Note if I were in non-healing heavy opponent. So that means if I was having a matchup against a champion that didn't have that lot of healing, I probably wouldn't have rushed Oblivion Note first, because Rod of Ages gives so much value early on. But after that, Crystalline Reflector almost always, especially for AP Malphite, because this thing provides a lot of survivability. Like amongst the amount of AP items you're building, you don't have a lot of defensive stats, so Crystalline Reflector really helps you in that. At this point, the Baron's alive, so we technically shouldn't be splitting. You can see how Cannon and Olaf is so far away, and honestly speaking, if they want to do it, they should just engage on us. But the enemy team didn't do that. Obviously, this not really surprised. People are not really willing to do anything. They're like very scared to do anything really. So we didn't really get punished for it. This honestly you get. And here is where it's kind of awkward, right? So a little bit indecisive on my end. Could have ulted in, but got trapped under tower there. And not a great idea because Kha'Zix was on the other side of the map. It was actually a 3. Well, honestly speaking, it's a 2 versus 1 on the other side. So it's supposed to be 4 versus 3 on our end. But you can see what's going on, right? The Sinja is just, he's just inting himself. Like this is what happens at this elo. And what I will say is that what is really important at this rank is not that you play a perfect game, but if you want to carry, or if you are in a role to carry, or basically if you are in a role which has a huge decision-making potential, like be it through team fights or through skirmishes or ganks, make sure you're not the one who goes in first. For the most part, even as support, sometimes it's not a great idea because you don't know whether your team follows up. Obviously, it doesn't apply for higher elo, but at this point, I think it's really important for yourself to keep yourself alive, whatever role you are. Obviously, it's all the more important for carry role. But even in my case, I was playing Malphite, right? But you still need to keep yourself healthy and farm, because you can't really rely on your team that much, right? What happens if your teammate doesn't perform to standard? You will still need to carry your team, and that's what the whole rationale behind this is. In terms of good enchants and whatnot, you can see that I actually went for Mercury shreds alongside Locket enchant. Mainly because they have Teemo, they have Twisted Fate, they have Nami. Huge scaling from Teemo as well as Twisted Fate, really. So that's really a big concern. So it's a very interesting engagement to me, a little bit, partially actually. I was pinging for something, and Cannon was pinging for something as well, but Cannon was just away, so we shouldn't be fighting. I was pinging the retreat. But our team just standing very far in front. You can see how Olaf was right in the front, so I had not really much of a choice. So the dragons up, the most important thing for us really is not to die, especially if possible we try and kill the jungle, and our Esper went back. So the enemy team already knew they could start first because our team is very indecisive, right? We're just kind of waiting for opportunity to happen to be able to go in. Just the Fate uses ultimate. You can see how they could have definitely engaged onto us, but they wouldn't want to do that. This is low evil, right? The enemy team would have engaged. If they did it, it would be a loss on our end because Ezreal wasn't ready. But here comes the cannon. He comes with flash ultimate, uses stasis. I knock up onto 2 people. A good 2. Unfortunately, I'm going to die. But you can see how useless the Ezreal is really. The Kha'Zix was evolving his skills in the middle of a fight, which is kind of funny, and split up from the Olaf. So this is just a big Lamau moment, honestly. Like, why are we gonna do that, right? And Olaf decides to feed himself yet another kill, and because of that, the fight where we definitely had a lot of potential because I soloed 2 people basically, both the Nami and the Varus. The other people just didn't die, right? And because of that, the enemy team actually got the Ocean Dragon, which kind of sucks, honestly. But these are things that will happen in almost every solo queue game. You can't possibly get everything right as a team because people are going to mess up, right? And there's nothing much you can do about it except to play safe and play for the late game, and that's what we are doing. So here I'm actually considering what to build next. I actually picked out my Crystalline Reflector. I was thinking, whether should I build more tanky or should I go for even more damage? And my consideration is, my team is not doing well, so I will build more damage. And that's how it goes, because it gives me the opportunity to one-shot their backline, if possible, and then we'll be able to carry the game from there. There's a little bit of a misconception, I think, amongst a lot of people, both in Mobile Legends as well as Wild Rift in some sense, and that is, people think that when you're behind you need to build defensive. Of course, to a certain extent, or to a certain degree, it makes sense. You can see why I'm standing forward, right? My team is kind of nearby. I come with the ultimate, I get 1 and do manage to run away, and the team cleans up. Very interesting poke by the Ezreal. He knows he needs to walk closer, but he doesn't want to do it. And Cannon gets double kill. We do get everybody, which is nice, but Cannon dies to the Teemo, which is kind of interesting. Back to the point earlier I was mentioning, the reason why you need to build damage when you're behind is such that you have the opportunity to capitalize on the enemy mistake. If you build defensive, there is almost no chance. It just means that you get killed slower. Like, apparently, obviously, it sounds, it doesn't sound that bad, right? You get killed slower, you might be able to do something more. But if you don't manage to shut down the enemy carry who is carrying the whole entire team on the other end, which is typically what happens in Wild Rift because it's so snowbally in nature, then you're not gonna get the win in the end. So very interesting Baron take. Ezreal executed by the Baron. Very, very dumb, honestly. We only have a Baron buff to 2 people, but because of that we did manage to get 1 tower. My idea is to actually get more, because with the Baron buff, especially at this AO and below, I'm quite sure people don't really know what to do with it. And what you should be doing with the Baron buff is not to just farm your jungle and do that. No, your important thing of the importance of Baron is that it allows you to push, and that's what you should be doing. Ideally, we should be doing a 1-3-1 push, but because not all of our members were alive at the Baron take, or more like they died after the Baron take, we are unable to execute that. But what we should be doing is to look for a push opportunity. So this is what I'm doing in mid lane. We have one inhibitor tower left on the enemy team, and I need to find a way to send the wave in so that we can push. And because of that, we will be able to take the Elder Dragon. We need pressure on the lanes so that we can take the Elder, which is going to spawn. This is huge for us because the statistics show that the team with the Elder wins most of the time, and that's a huge deal. Aery is already being poked down very low, not a good idea for us, but for me, my job is to try and poke out the jungler as much as possible. Something's happening on the other side really. Cannon comes with a stun. Flash forced out by the Nami, good for me. There's still a blast cone, and I saw that it's very risky for me, so I dodged the wave. Here comes the ultimate from the cannon. I follow with my own ultimate. We got a Varus. Cannon's gonna die unfortunately, and the Kazi just left the Elder on his own. Right, he's going for kills, and our team still managed to get the dragon because we did manage to clear out the Xin Zhao away, and it worked out. In terms of itemization, right after Crystalline Reflector, I went for Luden tackle. This item was actually buffed recently, so it's actually pretty good now, honestly. In fact, it was actually kind of good all the way. It's just that now it's even better. So do give it a try if you're building AP. Or if you're using any AP champions, maybe Aery, maybe Galio. Not sure about Galio honestly, but maybe Luden's Echo is more suited for assassin type mages. But hey, you can experiment and see how it works out. I just came in with the ultimate onto the Nami. No follow up, as you can see. This is the reason why I try to be more conservative on my ultimate, because the team often doesn't help me out. Right, it's a little bit of a waste. Of course, one of my ultimates with Malphite aren't really the best idea, but we can't push any further because our team, you know, it's uncoordinated. We have to play safe. Twisted Fate is doing all sorts of weird things. Honestly, if the Twisted Fate was good, we could have just gotten demolished. But this guy, well, the enemy team is not playing to Twisted Fate's strengths. What are Twisted Fate's strengths? Those are for split pushing and then collapsing on another fight or skirmish that has been initiated elsewhere. If you're going for 5-on-5s, Twisted Fate is not the best at that. He really likes to use his ultimate for global map pressure, and that's what's really important. Our team get another Baron, but Cannon's dead immediately. So this is, like, if you look at this, it's very easy to get tilted and think, what the hell is my team doing? Well, you must remember, because everyone at this elo kind of plays like this, it's not over yet. You can see how the Xin Zhao just completely injured himself and knocked out 2 people, but our team doesn't follow up, right? Like, no damage coming through. Our team does get a kill, but Kazi's gonna die as well. You can see how, like, back and forth this is really, because our team isn't doing the right things. Olaf using ultimate, all these questionable decisions by our team could have easily ended much earlier, but you know, this is Emerald. People don't know what they're doing here. No joke about that. So I totally understand what, you know, what's going on right now at this rank. I've been seeing things, I've been watching games, I've been playing as well. And it's just annoying, especially in solo queue. It's almost, it feels very, it's kind of, well, it's just back and forth. Of course, as myself, because I can't really play too much of a carry role like an ADC, you know, because at this low elo, the better ADC just wins, right, for the most part. I can't really play ranged ADCs, so I've been sticking around trying to do some, find some role or some champion that can consistently provide a good value. And personally, I think Malphite is one of those supports that can, you know, has a lot of flexibility, has a lot of potential to do stuff, mainly because he can be built both tank and AP. You can build tank when your team is doing okay, you can build AP when, you know, your team is not doing okay, and then you carry your game yourself. So here's a very interesting one. Teemo came out of nowhere, tried to solo the Ezreal. Yeah, this is basically what happens, right? Like, heavy scaling champion, just wait till the late game. Right, you can see It's already 24 minutes on this game, so long. Because our team's not decisive in doing things. Olaf did manage to get the Xinjiao on the bottom, which is nice for us. So what we should be doing right now is actually to look for fights. In fact, Olaf actually didn't use his ultimate, so we still have an opportunity to go in. My build is basically complete right now. I have my Rabadon's Deathcap, gives me a huge amount of damage, and after that I'm just gonna follow up with Morellonomicon to finish up the Oblivion Orb. Anti-healing for grievous wounds. Playing very safe here, you can see I'm just spamming my Q, making it difficult for them. Cannon decides to suicide himself, and I just made a decision not to go in. Why would I do that? The reason is because our team's already fucked. Like, what the hell is going on, man? It's ridiculous. Anyhow, yet another setback for us, but the tower is very low. And just solo out the Twisted Fate because fuck that shit, really. And we're just gonna try and push forward. So Xinjiao tries to attack me, but with Crystalline Reflector plus all my AP, I do quite a lot of damage. I'm very low as well, but we do manage to get it in the end. And now with one tower left, the chance was to try and get it. A little bit slow on this, so I got burned to death by Teemo Trap. God damn it. Should have my reacted faster. But very awkward, very back and forth. But as you will see, this is basically the everyday life of solo queue, right? Anyhow, at this point, we're at our third Baron now. Very long game, as you can see, like 3 Barons already. Insane, insane. We do get another Baron. Twisted Fate uses ultimate yet again. Question about ultimates everywhere. And with once again we have another Baron buff. So what we should be doing is we're trying to push out the lanes. Kazi is doing something. No, he's not doing anything right. He's going for the buff. He should have been using it to push more towers. He's going for it now. And the idea now is just to not feed. Like literally not feed. Just stand around with the Baron buff. Let the Baron empowered minions come in, and we'll be able to do something and just push it in. So this is what I'm going to be doing as well. Trying to shove the wave in. Not gonna engage, just gonna spam my abilities. Pop the Starex on the Xinjiao, and the tower goes down. Top tower is going down as well, so we're just gonna be chill. And I look for opportunity. Here comes a huge ultimate. Honestly, I think my ultimate was a bit sketchy because they already died. But hey, that is the game. I don't know whether I want to say GG well played. To be honest, like there's so many things that went around this game that are just like face palming one after another. But this is kind of the everyday life of solo queue, really. This is as much as you can expect. Sometimes you even get worse than this, which kind of sucks. So unsurprisingly, at the end, I am the MVP because I was doing everything. I had a lot of damage. I tanked a lot of damage as well. And yeah, you can see how we were basically behind for most of the game until after the second half. We took all the objectives. Of course, we lost one dragon, but the spikes will just tell you how many mistakes are going on. Swings in tempo. This definitely won't happen in higher elo games for sure. But for now, anything that's everyone below, or sometimes even diamond, I would say, it's gonna be back and forth like this. And what I think is really important is that you must play a champion that can be an anti-shutdown. If you can't carry on your own, right? Because for whatever reason, like for example myself, I can't really play ranged champions, attack damage ranged champions, and so like if you can't do that, my personal suggestion is to actually go for shutdown champions. anti-carry champions. If you can shut down, like in this game, I can shut down the Varus, I can shut down the Twisted Fate on my own, like with Malphite. I think that's a great idea, and that's basically all I have with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and well, I hope all of you who is climbing will be able to have a smooth journey ahead, and all the best. Do not give up. I'll see you guys next time. This is John, so signing off.